Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. In the previous sessions, we have seen the functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing. So we saw how to prepare plans, how to uh, frame the structure, organization structure, and how to arrange for the necessary human force. Now we are going to see the next function, directing, where all activities of the employees are mobilized towards the organization's goal. So this is the function what we are going to see now in this lesson. Directing refers to the process of instructing, guiding, counseling, motivating, leading people in the organization to achieve its objective. So what all has to be done to an employee to achieve the organization's objective? So that is done through directing function. So here a manager instructs, guides, counsels, motivates, and leads employees to achieve the organization's goal. Now we'll see the features of directing. Directing initiates action. Directing makes things happen. So whatever is planned in the planning function and whatever was the structure framed in the organizing function and the necessary human resource whom we have chosen through staffing function. So all these three is actually brought into action only through directing function. Next, it takes place at every level of management. So directing function is applicable for every level of management, not restricted to certain level. Next, directing is a continuous process. Directing is needed to an organization till its lifetime. So how long the organization is going to exist, that many years we need directing function to be performed. So it is a continuous process. Next, it flows from top to bottom. According to the organization's hierarchy, from the superior to the subordinate, this direction will flow. Okay, so that's why we say it flows from top to bottom. Next is the importance of directing. The first importance of directing is it initiates action. So whatever is planned, it is put into action only through directing. Next, it integrates group activity. Each and every employee will work in the organization and they will try to achieve the target which is given to them, but still all their efforts have to be integrated so that the organization will achieve its goal. So they all work to achieve the organization's goal, isn't it? So the directing helps to integrate the group activity. Directing attempts to get maximum out of individuals. It guides the employee to fully realize their potential, and everything is done through motivation and not forcefully. Okay, so the manager plays a key role in this directing function. He needs to motivate the employees and he has to be a very good leader. Okay, so by influencing their behavior as a leader and by motivating them, their potential is made to realize. So in that way, a good leader can always identify the potential and capacity of the employees, and the leader can motivate them to work up to their fullest potential. Okay, so that's why we say directing is helpful in getting maximum out of individuals. Next, directing helps to implement changes. In a changing environment like business environment, the employees should be ready to accept the changes. And effective directing, which is made through motivation, communication, and with a good leadership quality of a manager, this resistance is avoided. And they'll be ready to accept or adapt themselves to the changes. Next, it provides stability and balance in the organization. Effective directing promotes cooperation and commitment among the employees. So when cooperation and commitment is there among the employees, definitely there will be a stability in the employee turnover ratio, and we will be able to balance the organization. Okay, so that is for importance of directing. Thank you, children.